The importance of first things first is something I need to constantly be reminded of, and I do get reminded every year because every fall I go deer hunting with God. Though some of you might be skeptical, it's true. God always goes with me when I deer hunt. He's just really cool that way. Even though there are people who think I'm crazy for being a deer hunter, it is something that God is willing to tolerate, and I think He even enjoys doing it with me. He's with me when I get up at 3 a.m., He eats breakfast with me at Denny's in Warrenton, and He accompanies me on the nearly 2-hour drive to my hunting spot. He will walk with me through the woods in the dark and climb with me into my tree stand so that I'm ready to go at least a half hour before sunrise. He is willing to spend all day with me, even if the temperatures are below freezing, as I wait patiently in my tree stand 30 feet up in the air. He listens to me when I talk to Him, and sometimes He talks back. And every year, God and I revisit this one particular conversation. It all began several years ago when I was in the woods deer hunting and talking to God. The one-way conversation went something like this. "Hey God, could you send me a deer? I sure would like to see one. Come on, God, send me a deer." Does that sound familiar, deer hunters? I think we all do that. God's answer to my rather selfish prayer surprised me. He did not immediately send me a deer. Instead, God spoke to me, not out loud, but in my heart. God asked me this, "Paul, am I more important to you than deer hunting?" Since I knew the correct answer, I immediately replied in my heart, "Of course, God, you're more important to me than anything." But God was not quite as satisfied with my answer as I had been. He continued, "Well, Paul, if I'm more important to you than deer hunting, then why are you so committed to this sport and lack the same commitment to me? Why are you willing to get up so early in the morning to hunt with so much excitement and enthusiasm, and yet you're unwilling to get up even 10 minutes earlier each day to spend time with me? Am I really more important to you than deer hunting?" Dang, God had me, and I was speechless. All I could say to Him was, "I'm really sorry, God, and I want to change." Within a few days of the conversation, I brought it all to the sacrament of reconciliation. God is so good. That day in the woods changed me forever. I realized that although I regularly acknowledge with my words that God is number one, my actions often betray me. I can easily have far more passion, energy, commitment, and excitement for my hobbies than I have for God, and that is messed up. But I want to change. I don't want God to ever have to ask me that question again. I want God to know that He is more important to me than anything else in my life, even deer hunting. So how about you? Do you mind if I ask? Would it bother you if God asked you a similar question? You may not be a deer hunter, but what are you really into? What hobby or activity is your passion? Is God more important to you than popularity, the sport you play, scrapbooking, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your must-see TV shows, getting a raise, exercise, your favorite video game, your favorite band? If I missed your passion, you know what it is. So, here again is the question that has changed my life. Paul, am I more important to you than deer hunting? It is a question that God and I will be revisiting. What question is God asking you right now? He wonders, my friend, am I more important to you than... I'll let you fill in the blank.